Stop me if you've heard this before, but it might be time for Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers to go their separate ways. No, seriously, this time we really mean it. It's not just about finding a better team for Dame either. We've finally gotten to a point where splitting up is the best decision for Portland too. Discussing whether Dame and the Blazers should break up has become an annual off-season tradition, which for Portland has too often meant April. Consider it like the NBA's version of the Masters, and I'm Jim Nance.
Hello friends, and welcome for the 66th consecutive year to this tradition unlike any other.
Lillard has been the heartbeat of the Blazers since Portland drafted him 6th overall back in 2012. But with the 7-time All-Star transitioning into the back half of his career and Portland fading from relevance in the Western Conference, the Blazers and their franchise icon have been dogged by questions about if and when Lillard might ask out to put himself in better position to contend for a title. After all, the ringless veteran has made just one conference finals appearance, and after qualifying for the playoffs in 8 straight seasons, his Blazers have now missed the postseason 2 years in a row. Though Lillard's refusal to run from the grind has become an NBA punchline, and the superstar has repeatedly explained that there's more to his decision and life than rings, questions about his future have never fully been put to rest.
That's the frustrating part of it, is talking about, for what's going to happen next season and us building, like that's not what I'm here to do, especially at this stage of my career. So
the thing is, whether Lillard wants to test the waters elsewhere may soon be irrelevant, because the Blazers themselves are approaching a breaking point when it comes to Dame. I get the argument that the franchise's best path towards contention includes keeping an all-NBA caliber star like Lillard rather than trading him with the hope that they can one day land a star even half as good as Dame. But the Blazers are also testing Einstein's definition of insanity. After missing the playoffs in 2022 for the first time since Lillard's rookie year, general manager Joe Cronin retooled the Blazers, building a team that better complemented Dame's abilities. Between Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, Gary Payton II, and Justice Winslow, a more versatile Blazers squad entered the season with a much higher defensive ceiling and more secondary scoring around the core of Lillard, Anthony Simons, and Yusuf Nurkic. Landing Shaedon Sharpe in the 2022 draft also gave Portland the kind of high upside youngster the team has rarely employed during the Lillard era. On top of that seemingly better built team, Lillard also enjoyed arguably the finest season of his surefire Hall of Fame career, averaging a career-high 32.2 points per game to go along with 7.3 assists on 64.5% true shooting. To put those numbers in perspective, of the 31 instances in NBA history where a player averaged 32 plus points in a season, Dame's 2022-23 campaign was the 3rd most efficient. And yet, despite those heroics and the aforementioned improvements to his supporting cast, the Blazers failed to even make the play-in tournament, thanks in large part to the fact Portland finished with a bottom 4 defense for the 4th straight year.
That's embarrassing.
Injuries and some bad breaks played a role in another disappointing season, but at some point, you are what you are. And whether due to their own incompetence, Lillard's defensive limitations, bad luck, or a combination of the three, the Blazers have advanced past the first round of the playoffs just once in the last 7 years. Short of winning the draft lottery and adding the immediate impact of Victor Wembanyama, which is possible given Portland's expert tanking over the last couple months, the Blazers' chances of constructing a contender around Dame are slim to none. Whether the team re-signs Grant or loses him in free agency, Portland won't have enough cap space to sign another star this summer. Not to mention, because a lottery-protected pick owed to Chicago has rolling protections through 2028, the Blazers can't trade a future first-rounder until 2029 or until that pick to Chicago has been conveyed. So the Blazers' options seem to be: 1, pray to the basketball gods for Wembanyama; 2, see what a non-Wemby 2023 pick plus New York's 2023 pick and some combination of Sharpe, Simons, and Nasir Little can fetch them to help Dame immediately; Or 3, rip the Band-Aid off, trade Dame for a bunch of future-minded assets, and start building from the ground up. Lillard's trade value will likely never be higher than it is right now while he still looks like an offensive superstar. Any slippage from Dame, and good luck trying to secure a franchise-altering haul for a soon-to-be 33-year-old one-way star who's owed up to $216 million over the next 4 years.
Things could get incredibly complicated.
If the Blazers realize it's time to move on this summer, there should be no shortage of suitors. I know a Lillard-Brunson backcourt would come with its own defensive challenges, but with some big contracts on the books, young talent, and a boatload of picks, the Knicks definitely have the goods to go big game hunting. We've already covered how the crosstown rival Nets have quietly built the perfect setting for another star. The starry-eyed Heat could always put everything on the table to maximize what's left of Jimmy Butler's prime. Would the Celtics entertain turning Jaylen Brown into Dame if they fall short in the playoffs? Are the Pelicans, Thunder, or Jazz ready to cash in their trade chips? Time will tell. But if the Blazers don't walk away from the lottery as big winners, the franchise needs to come to grips with the fact that Dame time should finally be over in Portland.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.